Hello, Tim from Fairplay now on the 7th of November 2023. So I watched a video that, the link was sent to me by a viewer to my email, so thanks for sending it in to me. And it was a link to a video that Jeff Buys Cars has done recently, where he was extremely agitated by a load of road closures. So I think he went down one road, found that was closed, had to turn round, go another way, only to find that road was closed as well. And a journey that apparently should have only taken him about 20 minutes took him, well, a lot longer. And so he made a video, and he was saying that a lot of the time now what the councils are doing apparently is because he went and asked these guys doing the roadworks why the road was closed, and said to them, why haven't you just got traffic lights, roadwork type lights down here so that people can still drive along? And they said, oh, we haven't got the council permission to do that. They've just told us to close the roads. And apparently this is happening more and more. And I must admit, when I went to the thing I filmed in Nuneaton 2 or 3 weeks ago, on my way up there, there was about 4 major roads closed. Luckily I wasn't going down any of them, but I could easily have been. So first of all, the A3, which goes from the M25 London way down to the coast, Portsmouth, that was closed, or part of it was closed, southbound. Part of the M4 was closed. The road I was going up, the M1, that was closed, but luckily a junction or two passed where I was coming off, so fortunately that didn't affect me. And then I saw yet another major road, can't remember which one that was, but that was closed as well. So 4 major roads closed on Saturday afternoon when I was going up to this thing. Just in one journey I noticed 4 major roads closed. So what is going on? Obviously Jeff from Jeff Buys Cars has noticed the same thing. I don't know about you. Have you noticed this? And you know what? I wouldn't be surprised if it's all part of the agenda. They're just closing roads rather than just putting the roadwork lights down so that you can still get down there, albeit with a bit of a delay. They're closing roads just to make motorists' lives sort of more awkward, to the point where maybe people consider sort of giving up travelling by car. And I think the same goes for these periodic problems at the airports where there's supposedly problems with flight control, whatever they're called, can't remember what that's called now. Flight control, isn't it? There's problems with that closes airports and causes massive delays, so it puts you off flying. And then this endless series of train strikes which have been going on for about 18 months now. Haven't heard the latest on that, but I presume they're still going on. I haven't actually been on a train recently, not for the few weeks, so I don't know, but that lot has been going on for a long time as well, hasn't it? In 18 months that's been going on for, which is a massively long time, isn't it? It's way longer than kind of a legitimate strike would last for, I would have thought. So is this kind of thing all part of the agenda that they want to impose on us to restrict our freedom of movement? I don't know. It could well be, and I wouldn't be surprised if it is. But my answer to it would be simply to be just keep travelling. It doesn't matter how much of a pain in the backside it becomes, whether loads of roads are closed and a journey that should take you an hour ends up taking you sort of 2.5 hours. It doesn't matter if travelling by train becomes really awkward. Keep using the railways, keep flying, And you know, if the powers that shouldn't be, the people who are sort of up to these kind of shenanigans, get to seeing that, you know, it doesn't matter what they do, we're not going to be put off from our travelling. Hopefully that will make them think again. So yeah, my message would be, yeah, it's a pain in the backside and it's just not right. It's totally wrong, as is everything about the powers that shouldn't be, or as I heard one lady call them, the powers that used to be, which is quite a lot more positive than powers that shouldn't be, isn't it? Kind of a more of a positive vibe about that. So I quite like that one as well, powers that used to be. But anyway, let's just kind of wind them up and kind of keep traveling. And I think it was in the same interview, I'll put a link to it in the description box below actually, as well as the Jeff Buys Cars one. But the interview was with a lady called Catherine. I can't remember what her surname was because I was only introduced to her. Well, I think I've seen her before a few years ago, a couple of years ago, but a viewer sent me in details about her. And she was interviewing this Irish guy, and he was talking about time banks, which is an interesting concept, and it's a concept that annoys the powers that shouldn't be and governments immensely, and they can't do anything about it either, which is even more beautiful. So if you don't know what the concept of time banking is, it's basically once you join up to a time banking scheme in your local area, you provide, say, an hour of your time, providing whatever skills or services you can do. And, you know, it might be cleaning, it might be babysitting, it might be gardening, it might be helping someone with their bookkeeping, yeah, whatever, anything really. And I believe it's totally equal. So an hour of your time cleaning will buy an hour of someone else's time kind of doing some plumbing for you or whatever. I think it's totally on an equal level, whereas in normal life, obviously it isn't. You know, sort of some people doing with some skills only earn a lower amount of money, and other people, you know, like lawyers and that, earn a higher level. But with time banking, it's totally equal. An hour of your time is worth an hour of someone else's time. So you put in an hour of babysitting or cleaning, and then if you need a plumber for an hour or a car mechanic for an hour, whatever it might be, you can get someone on the scheme to come and help you out. And the beautiful thing is, because it's just an exchange of labour and not money, there's no way the government can tax it, which it really, really annoys them. So they hate time banking initiatives, and yeah, because they can't get anything out of it, basically, or get any form of control over you out of it. So maybe that is something that we can all consider for the future. And yeah, we just need to, whatever they throw at us, we'll throw stuff back. We'll throw our non-compliance back. We'll ignore them, and we'll come up with clever schemes like time banking to get round their nonsense. So that is what I think is the future, quite honestly. Anyway, going to wrap this up on a positive note. One of the benefits of having a channel like this is occasionally you get gifts sent through to you, and I've got this from a Canadian lady called Linda Jean. That's her there, and she's got this, I think it's a new album out, Black Top Rollin', and there she is standing next to one of those massive great Canadian trucks, and there's another picture of her there as well. She's the blonde one with a friend there who does the backup vocals on this album. And yeah, Linda, I think, started watching my channel around about the time of the Canadian truckers protests over there, and I was sort of talking about those, and I think she started watching me, and we've become good friends. We communicate by email. She often watches these videos. Hi Linda, by the way, if you're watching, and thank you very much for the album. You've got a hell of a voice on you, haven't you? Fantastic. So really enjoy this style of music, kind of country and western style of music, and Linda is really good. And what I think I'll do is just play out, I'm sure she won't mind me doing this, play out, you know, on one of her tunes at the end of this video, so keep watching for that. But yeah, very much appreciated, Linda, for sending me through your album, and hope it takes off for you. Hope you do really well out of it. You know, judging from the first couple of songs I've listened to so far, you deserve a lot of success from it. I'd say it's really good. Anyway, gonna leave it there. Like I say, I'll play out for about sort of 10-15 seconds so you can just get a bit of a flavour of Linda's singing, and I'll be back soon. Tim from Fair Play Now, thanks for watching.